Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video here at Tablemon. Thanks so much for tuning in. So, Lille Regional Championships just took place, and in tandem with the Silver Tempest coverage, we're going to be taking a look at some of the decks that did well there. I did live stream these games along with the other decks from Lille the other day, and somehow the chat turned into more live advice than full-blown analysis. When I sit down to record a game, I'm only recording, I'm only focused on the game, right? But when live streaming and chat and things just pop up naturally in conversation, I ended up talking about way more personal stuff and way more things than actually fully focusing on the game. So just wanted to put that out there. These games, like, I tried to play them to the best of my ability. Some games worked out really wonderfully, the others didn't so much. But yeah, there's just all sorts of content there between Pokemon analysis and life advice. But anyways, MEW did win Lille Regionals, and I feel like because MEW hadn't been doing well, we are in this cycle that I've talked about before, where when MEW does well, Drapion will do well, therefore MEW will stop doing well, therefore if MEW stops doing well, people will question why they have Drapion in their deck, so they will drop Drapion, and then when they drop Drapion, MEW will go ahead and go up, so then you have this like back and forth between MEW and Drapion, and that is why MEW was able to win the regional. Outside of that, the deck has a lot of options with item-based cross-switcher, Ghosting, along with Marnie and Roxanne for Disruption. It even plays a Path to a Peak. Yes, Path to a Peak in MEW, which is its biggest enemy, but also lets you pull off Roxanne plus Path to a Peak plays, which is really nice. Avery to disrupt a bench, Silene to get back cards they might need, and then double Lost City with Tool Jammer can be pretty good and disruptive against Regigigas deck. So really cool to see this deck do well. MEW is still alive. I'm personally not a big fan of 3-price decks, so I don't think you'll ever see me play MEW VMAX at a tournament, but here we are with the deck, and let's jump into the games. If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it, and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Potown Store has all the latest sets and promos, instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Hello everyone and welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me on today's live stream. We're playing with the top decks from Lille Regionals and just hanging out and chatting. Thanks so much everyone. Señor Dracon, no iré a Warsaw. No, ir a Polonia desde México es un poco complicado. Me encantaría, pero por ahora no puedo. Still Wish Gaming, I've been well, thank you. I've been making videos, coaching. Wish I had more coaching. Working, hanging out, just nothing out of the ordinary. Still with the Pokemon life. How about you? All right, we get to go first with MEW. Benjay, thanks so much. Hola Aldo, it's Manor. Hey, thanks so much for being here. Stellar Wish Gaming, not super busy. Coaching has been really low for me, unfortunately. I wish I had more people that I could help out and train, but so far haven't had a ton of coaching overall. Alright. Avery seems good for next turn. Getting a knockout with Lost City next turn also seems pretty good. I don't want to play the Lost City now. Hopefully I can find a double turbo next turn. I could have gone out of my way to draw extra cards, but I'm not so sure if that was worth it. I have 4 decks prepared for today. Benjay, the top 4 decks from Lille. So we'll see. Depends on how long I get to stream as well. Aiming for around 2 hours, but we will see. All right, we do get more need into the Avery and other resources, of course. My favorite deck from top 8, I think it's... I don't know why. I feel like I really should be playing Blissey at some point in my life very soon. Like, I wish we had League Cups, and that's definitely where I would play Blissey. So I'm looking forward to playing Blissey. Yeah. So I have been busy, just not as busy as I would like to be. All right. So my opponent didn't bench Regigigas, which makes sense. Avery would get a card discarded here, but I feel like I'm better off saving that. I also really want to get a KO here. So important to see as many cards as possible. Hopefully won't be needing Choice Belt. Won't be needing Oricorio either, realistically. Doesn't really make a difference, so I think just going full genesect here makes sense. Yeah, let's just go full genesect. So genesect number 1, here we go. Can you guys see the chat? Yeah, you can. Okay. What is my job, Chico? So right now I have essentially 2 jobs. One is Tablemon, right? So streaming videos. I guess I haven't been streaming a lot, but making videos, making content, and coaching is one of my jobs. And then the other job is I'm doing marketing stuff for a company. Those are my current 2 jobs, because unfortunately, since coaching has gone down so much, been able to yeah, justify only doing Tailmon, so I needed to get that extra job. Okay, I'm in a little bit of a pickle here. I'm gonna go ahead and play both hard tablets, since I'll be getting knockouts anyways. Let's do the Rotom for now. Alright, there's the energy, which is nice. I don't want to use the Pokestop, I just want to bait a Stadium for my opponent. And I really needed to guarantee this energy this turn. Alright, there's one Lost City. So I wonder... No, I should save the Lost City. Well, what if I take down... If my opponent makes a misstep and benches the other Regidrago and then I KO it... Well, I can't do it now anymore because of my Pokestop play, but like, maybe in the future. We'll see. We'll see. These decks are playing 3 Regigigas, so that makes the Lost City less useful, I guess. Yeah, you always want Ivory when they have 5 benched Pokemon. Indeed, this is a good matchup for Mew. No, this is a bad matchup for Mew if they play 3 Regigigas. If they play 2, then it can be complicated because of the Lost City. Stylish Gaming is a mod all over the place, it seems. Yeah, thanks so much to everyone who's tuning in. What have you all been up to? Alright, there's the Gigas, discarding an Aurora as well. There's a Quick Ball. There's the Regidrago. Right. Research. Still a little bit lacking on the energy department. Oh, wow, really? They hit a twin energy. And they just hit the speed off of my... Yeah, alright. Well, this is a turn, I think, where I go after the Gigas and Lost City. Oh, that was really, really nice for my opponent. My Pokestop ends up hurting me, which is not great. Gentlemen. Jacob, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Thank you so much. So full disclaimer, I'm gonna be live streaming this month on Twitch, or every month rather. I'm gonna be live streaming on Twitch until I hit the amount for the ad incentive, yeah, that Twitch is offering people right now, and then afterwards I will go ahead switch to live streaming on YouTube. All right, let's see if I can get the cross switcher. No. Okay, that's not ideal. So, all right. How do I go about doing this? I'll attach here. That's fine. So then I'm gonna retreat and then switch card and then play the Lost City. And then I feel like the Echoing Horn is actually potentially useful. The Avery could also be useful. I'm gonna get rid of the Echo. I don't think my opponent will ever whiff here. Alright, so now it's time to draw extra cards. Right, there's the cross switcher, so I can knock out the Gigas with the Lost City, which is really good. And then I can draw extra cards as well. Best thing here would be to go Avery as well, I guess. That would be the dream. So goodbye power tablets. There we go. All right, so let's go Avery here. I guess I'll draw one card first. I guess best thing I could do is get a Tool Jammer as well here. All right, there's a Tool Jammer. Very nice. Jagan, I don't stream very often. I do not stream very often. Do you think we'll see a surge of Temple of Sinnoh once Sid released because of Lugia? I don't think Temple of Sinnoh does a lot though, because you can still get the energies into play. Lugia V-Stars attack discards the Temple of Sinnoh anyways. And I don't know, it just doesn't feel that great of a counter. So I don't think so. Like maybe combined with Roxanne it could do something, but I'm not super sure it'll be impactful enough. And 214. Thank you. I really appreciate that feedback towards my videos. I'm definitely trying to be a better content creator. I feel like I came back as well very motivated from Worlds with my good placement, and Lost Origin also. Lost Origin also had like a really big impact on my channel, so I really appreciate it. I could also tell that I got burnt out by doing too much content, especially in the last Deoxys V-Star video, so I decided to try and switch it up a little bit, yeah. But I really appreciate you saying that. I really do, and I appreciate you watching, of course, and the support. So thank you so much for taking notes. And I'm trying to be more creative, put more effort in, and doing what I deem is like what I enjoy doing, but also trying to be a better content creator overall, of course. Thank you so much. And it's Mander, thank you. Yeah, I think part of the good things that I do is exactly that, right? Showing the losses that I do get and showing how things don't always work out, right? So a lot of the time things don't work out. So showing losses is definitely something that's a little bit more realistic in my videos as compared to other people's videos, I guess. All right, that Marty just destroyed me, by the way, as usual. Alien, it was your first regional semester, you went 6-3 and made top 64. That's very nice. You're going to Warzone in 3 weeks time. Any tips? Learn from your losses, you know? The best thing that you can do is quite literally learning from your losses. And so think back on the losses that you had, think back on what you did well, what you didn't do so well, and try to learn from that, you know? Always having a focus on winning the game, always having a focus on approaching the game with a winning mentality, and not just trying to figure out what you can do in a turn, but what you want to do in that turn, you know, in order to help you win. All right. So my opponent did lose a turn, which is nice. We'll get a Rotom Phone. We don't have a lot going for us right now. Yeah, most YouTubers don't show losses, right? That is something I've noticed. So I appreciate you watching as well and liking that. And 214, I'm not letting the negatives be so big. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying. Yeah. I am trying. I am trying to be more analytical, be more realistic, and like understanding and less frustrated about when things just you can't do anything about it, right? Like Marnie the previous turn. There wasn't much I could do about it, so better to take it in stride. Yeah, it's definitely something I'm trying, and I really appreciate you taking notice and mentioning it. I am trying my best. I'm always trying my best, but I was definitely very frustrated as well at some point during the pandemic. All right, now we're in a little bit of a situation here. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. So no Regis in the Lost Zone other than the Gigas. Getting the Lost City here would not be super impactful. I'm down my MEW VMAX. Not sure there's anything I can do here. Alright, I guess Lost City plus Roxanne is my best bet here. Just taking a KO, you know, on that Regigigas. Seems like the best thing that I can do. Because going boss to knock out the Gigas, this Pokemon's already powered up, so it doesn't really do much. And this could mess with prices if somehow they have the other Registeel priced or something like that. So yeah, here we go. Frost Fusion Strike. KO. I do have the Switch card, which is nice. I have Silene as well in case I need to get back Frost Switcher or something. Two Regis in the Lost Zone now. They do get to recover a little bit. Alright. I hope you can as well. Alien. I hope you can get there as well. Alright, well there's a path counter immediately. Opinions on Regigigas V. I uploaded a video on that just yesterday. I think it has potential. I think it could be really, really good. Okay, seems like the thing worked. Do I Lost City here? Ooh, double heads. Okay, I can't grab any of the cards realistically. I could put back the Lost City and the Avery. Honestly, I'm liking the MEW VMAX because if my opponent doesn't get a choice belt down on that Gigas, they could be in trouble. So I'll put these two back, and then let's see if I can get that Lost City. No. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. So let's do this, and I'm actually not sure if the stadium is at the top, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure it's at the top. Then we take a okay. So my opponent needs to knock out my MEW this turn, otherwise I win. Right? No other choice for them. But yeah, I did upload a video on Regigigas VMAX V deck, and nice. My opponent couldn't win because they couldn't get rid of the Tool Jammer, right? There we go. Very nice. Those turns that we made them with ended up being pretty crucial. So Regigigas VMAX, like I feel like I need to play with it. I do think it has potential, but we'll see. Yeah, because decks could just adapt to not playing as many, to not being as reliant on item cards, right? And like you already would destroy Palkia with weakness, so which is the heaviest item heavy deck, I guess. You could slow down Reggie quite a bit, but if they get to research away their energies, then they're not relying as much on that. So I don't know. Not sure how good it will be. Thank you so much, N214. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate your kind words, and good luck with your school paper. All right, we get to go first again. And yes, like you'd imagine after 20 years Stellar Wish Gaming of playing, I would know better to understand or to control the fact that luck can be really tiring with in this game, right? But unfortunately, seems like I haven't. Hola, Curi, muchas gracias por estar por aquí. Muchas gracias, Juan, por pasarte. I love combining the English community and the Spanish community. All right, let's get a battle VIP pass off this Pokestop. Yo. All right, this Mew, I have no idea what I'm up against. What I do know is that my hand really sucks. So I'm gonna make an informed decision and an educated risk as well, and just like my best chance at attacking next turn is by doing all of this. I have lost now all my damage modifiers, well, not all, most of my damage modifiers, especially inside Price A Power Tablet, so that's not ideal. But it's either this or I don't even get to play because of how convoluted my hand was. So important to like go ahead and do what you need to do, you know? All right. I was gonna say I had a path to a peak counter, but I actually do not have a path to a peak counter. That is just a path to a peak itself. I did not see the finals. I just read about it. I do want to go back and watch the finals of Lille to see what happened, because I heard there was a little bad manners as well or something. And yes, 20 years of playing indeed. Curi, solo juego Pokémon. Llegué a jugar mucho Hearthstone en algún momento, pero ya solamente juego el TCG de Pokémon por ahora. All right. Alright, so we're up against Zoroark. Now we know, and there's a Zoroark confirmation. I feel like I could set this up better so I could see chat without having to turn around. Alright. So Guru will save a card. Interesting use of Mew. For sure. And yes, exactly. It's too expensive to play more than one TCG competitively. I think it's also like I don't particularly play in order to fun. I play to compete. Yeah. I have the most fun, and I'm sure if you've watched any of my videos, you'll know I have the most fun when I am winning. And I have the most fun when I'm winning tournaments and when I'm traveling, right? So if I started playing another TCG, I would be interested in the winning aspect of it, not necessarily on the playing it just to play, right? If I want to just play something, I prefer to play Mario Maker, yeah, or the Pokemon video games, or just like other video games in general. So if I were to dedicate myself to a different TCG, I would do so trying to be competitive. Where's the battle VIP pass? Okay, so I have one card on the genesect. Ultra Ball. Well, I think this is over. So in my mind, if I were to choose to play another train, I'm not interested in playing another trading card game as a hobby. I would only make it, I would only start playing, and that was why I started playing Hearthstone, if I saw a way to get good at it, get competitive at it, and become one of the best players at it, both in Mexico and in the world. Yeah, so that's why you won't see me play at different TCG for now, because I don't have the time to be good, to be one of the best players at two different TCGs at the same time. Yeah, Pokemon is demanding enough to where it's my only focus. All right, I'm pretty sure I am dead here. Did my opponent literally discard trekking shoes without using them when they're looking for Zoroark? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't know why they would do that. Curi, that's fair. Ah, okay, ya te cambiaste para One Piece. Okay. I feel like once League Cups come back, we're gonna see a lot of players come back Pokemon that haven't been playing as much. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and concede this one. Clearly I have no chance. I drew the Battle VIP passes a little late. One turn too late. I didn't watch. I only watched one round of Lille. It was, but only a part. It was round 7, I think. I was watching Reggie play against Kirim, I think, and I was like very. I was confused about some of the plays that they were doing, but that's the only thing I could. So usually, since I do so much related to Pokemon during the week, usually on weekends I try to like take time off from Pokemon. Yeah, like you see me upload videos, but I'm usually not recording them on the day. Sometimes I am, but most of the time I'm not. Okay, there's the 2 battle VIP passes now. So yeah, like that's usually what ends up happening with me. So even though streams happen over on the weekends, I'm usually not watching them live because I try to do non-Pokemon things. Like I do actually, there is such a thing as too much Pokemon, and since Pokemon is essentially my job, I'm sure we all like, I now find myself looking for relaxation time outside of Pokemon, and especially on weekends, I'm not looking forward to watching and doing more Pokemon. I try to take a break for my own mental health. Hola, Real Games, thanks so much for being here. Zoroark, it's not a bad matchup from you, but I just had a horrible start. I don't think it's a great matchup, though, that's for sure. I feel like Zoroark is still very underrated. I think Zoroark is way better than it's showing currently in results. Would you mind explaining what League Cups are? Okay, League Cups are they are local tournaments run by local game shops. Yeah, so any store near you that runs a Pokemon League will be able to run a League Cup in the near future, hopefully. And these tournaments award championship points, just like regionals do, just like internationals do. And these championship points allow you to qualify for Worlds. League Cups are small tournaments. They're usually, though they can be different, but they're usually 5 to 6 Swiss rounds, anywhere between 40 to 80 players, depending on the size of the store, holding them, of course. And the winner gets 50 championship points towards Worlds qualifications. Second place gets 40, top 4 get 32, and top 8 gets 25 points. And top 16 can get points, and top 32 as well, depending on the amount of players there. We haven't had League Cups since 2019, since 2020, early 2020, I guess, due to the pandemic. But supposedly we should be getting them back by January. So it's something you can look forward to. All right, so we are up against Urem, and we did go second. And our hand is a little questionable. I feel like the Path to Peak, I was gonna say, will be a key card to combine with Roxanne here to try and prevent my opponent from getting a return KO at some point. Echoing Horn could be impactful, Palpat as well. But I also need to get closer to energies. Yeah. So I'm gonna fail the Ultra Wall, and I'm just gonna draw an extra 3 cards with the Genesect. And okay, let's see if we can get a double 2. We can. Okay, so then now the question is, do I let my opponent take down Mew, or do I let them take down Oreo or a Genesect? In terms of price trade-offs, I feel like my opponent will have a harder time ghosting with that deck. Like, it's not easy for them to continually ghost, so I do think putting the Ricorio is a good choice here. All right. So let me catch up on chat. I am going to watch the Football World Cup, absolutely, yes, but I will choose to do so through non-official places, because I do not want to support Qatar and all the human atrocities they commit. My stream is under the category Tablemon. Nice. Jab, thank you so much for the follow. My stream is under my own category. That is pretty funny. Okay. I feel like I can absolutely discard a Mew here, but if my opponent doesn't take a knockout here, which it doesn't seem like they will, then I would be in a little bit of trouble. Or I would be forced to play down my path to pick, which I don't want to do yet. Sí, Curi, pues es porque no hay League Cups, pero ya que hay League Cups, ya habrá más. What is my next period of tournaments? So I am going to LAIC, Toronto, and this answers another question as well. I'm going to LAIC, Toronto, Dallas, San Diego, Orlando, and then we'll see about Portland and Vancouver. I'm not super sure about that just yet. Oh wow, escape rope now. Jeez, this turn, James Phillips, thanks so much for follow. This turn for my opponent is actually really impressive. Okay, I can go for the Mew this time though, because I can now quick wall for a Mew. Next turn, if my opponent takes a knockout. Are League Cups and League Challenges the same? No, League Cups are worth 50 points for the winner and they have top cut and everything. League Challenges are worth 15 championship points and they usually do not feature a top cut. So League Challenges also can be held monthly by a store, or at least that's how it used to be, and League Cups were once per quarter, so per store, so every 3 months or so. But now it can be, now we don't know, right? But League Challenges are more common but award less points. That's the difference. Yeah, League Cups should be fun because they're more competitive than just local tournaments because there's points being awarded, right? So they should be more competitive and they should provide that nice, like, you don't have to invest too much into a regional, but you're also not just playing meaningless local tournaments. So hopefully that's exactly what they are for you, its manner. I'm streaming with attack tail one. I have no idea, but I don't want to fix that. Yeah, definitely San Diego, and then like depending on my results, I will also consider Vancouver and Portland. Now, like, it all depends on the date to raise. It depends on way too many things right now. Okay, I would really like to KO Palkia this turn. I think that is my goal. KOing Palkia seems like a good plan. The community in Mexico, I mean, I only know of Mexico City. I don't go to other places. And Mexico City, like, we get a good amount of players, honestly. A fairly good amount of players. It's very active. There's local tournaments happening very close to me as well. Every Wednesday and every Friday. And I think now Saturday as well. So, not Saturday, sorry. Every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Alright, I'm gonna play this to try and get the cross switcher. No, but I have a chance of getting it. Please. No. I really wanted to KO the Palkia here. I really wanted to KO the Palkia. Because now my Mew is super dead. Now my Mew is super dead. Alright. So, I don't know. I feel like these local tournaments that happen, especially the ones on Friday, and there's 2 different shops that hold events on Friday. And one of them gets around 30 to 35 players every Friday, and the other gets, I think, like 20-ish or so. So I feel like when we have League Cups on Saturdays, we will actually get like 60 or 70 player League Cups, and that'll be pretty fun. Physicalos, thank you so much for the follow as well. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it has grown, and I think people are very eager to start earning championship points. Hey, Dr. Joe, bro, thank you so much for resubscribing. Everything is good. Thank you so much. How are you doing? And yes, I did win Vancouver 5 years ago. It's a long time ago now. Back in 2017. I feel like I should win a regional soon. That sounds like a good idea. Alright, if I had knocked out the Palkia last turn, I wouldn't have to worry about a one-shot this turn. But we are in a lot of trouble here. I think my best bet is gonna be to Roxanne Path and then hope for the best. Hope they dead draw. Steve the Pokemon, thanks so much for follow as well. Welcome to the stream. 20 people at local store. I think that's pretty good. I think that means once League Cups start, there will be more, because League Cups also encourage travel from other states. Competitive players, they travel to League Cups, right? So if you're getting 20 average for locals every week, then I could easily see that double once League Cups and League Challenges start. I really could. All right. Alright. So with the choice build, they need 4 energies gone this turn. They are only down 1 stadium. And I will be down, like, my genesect is not gonna be very good either. Because I'm literally out of Pokemon, because I prized a genesect too. MEW with Path, yeah, this deck won a regional yesterday. Like, obviously you're not going to use the paths until the very late game, but you're trying to combine Path with Roxanne so that your opponent doesn't have good ways to respond to what you are doing. So it's not like a 4-path deck. You're just trying to make sure that you delay an opponent's response as much as possible. Destroyer BB, why do 80% of competitive players do not create new decks or archetypes like in Japan? Well, for starters, because Japan gets the cards before us, right? So like, how can you create a new deck, you know, when the cards have already been out for a month in Japan, you know? And like, I feel like the game is very obvious, you know, in a way. So like, you can't create a MEW VMAX deck. Agreed? Like, the cards are printed so obviously that they work together that you can only have variations in the cards you include, but not quite in the cards that you end up combining. Yeah, so like, how would you want to create a new deck? You know? Like, the cards come out already, like Lugia V-Star, for example. It's a very obvious combo with Arcube, so how do you make a new deck with that? You know? How do you make a new deck with Palkia when the cards are, once again, so obviously, easily combined? Like, how would you go about doing it? And I'm generally asking this question. Like, I don't see how you could conceivably create a new deck when the cards are right now are so obviously printed to go like to work with each other, you know? And yeah, I'm super dead here. And there's also like, I don't know how to explain it, but the cards being released are super obvious. The cards also come out a month ago before they come out in this side of the world, so like, not using that previous information would be silly, I think. Okay, clearly my opponent will knock me out if I just attack into the Urem, so might as well try and win a turn by having them not retreat. Yeah. I mean, I agree. Yeah, there's like, we would love to have more Sanders, but I don't think there's a huge I think the lack of creativity stems from there not being a lot of things to be able to be discovered. You know, like, I wholeheartedly agree that Sander is on a whole other level deck building wise, But I also don't think that, like, even if I tried, like, I would have to essentially take a bad V star or a bad VMAX, yeah, an underpowered one, and try to make it excel somehow. And in terms of like everything you do, all the time you invest into anything, right, means you're not investing time into another thing. So if Giratina or Mew are so obviously good and so obviously powerful, my chances of being successful are so much easier, if you will. Yeah, if I put in 100 hours to a deck like Giratina, right, which is already established as a very powerful and very good deck, then I'm going to be very good with a very good deck. If I spend those 100 hours trying to build something new, I might be successful or I might not be. But there's also 2 weeks time between regionals, right? In terms of trying to be creative, you know. So I feel like I think the problem comes inherently from the fact that combos are so obvious right now, so easily achieved and so easily perceived. Yeah, and then selecting 60 cards, there can be variations, but the Pokemon themselves, it's really hard to be original when the combos are so obviously printed there for you, you know. When is the next set coming out? Real games, it's coming out in 2 weeks time. On November 10th, we will have the new set available on PTCGO and TCG Live, and it will be legal on Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving weekend, which is the last weekend of November. So it will be legal for the Latin American International and Toronto Regionals and Dallas Regionals and San Diego and Orlando. I am excited about the new set, El Trendy Beast. I am very excited. I feel like it's going to be really cool to play with, and I feel like initially Lugia didn't seem as impressive, but so far from Japan, Japanese results, we are seeing a lot of really interesting and cool things being combined with Lugia, because you get all these free energy attachments on other things. Yeah, so I am very excited to trying out Lugia and many variations. So Lugia, with its V-Star ability, it can choose 2 colorless non-rulebox Pokemon from the discard pile and put them on the bench. And there's a brand new Arceus that wow, turn 1 path. There's a brand new Arceus that once in your turn, you may search your deck for a special energy card and attach it to one of your Pokemon. So that's potentially very good. And the Arceus can attach any energy to any Pokemon. So you can use the Aurora energies to power up things like the amazing rare Pokemon. So I think that's gonna be really, really cool. Okay, so my opponent did play Path to a Peak immediately. I just potentially helped them with a Marnie. So I'm gonna save the Crown-O-Matic for now and hope the ART late as well. Alright. Yeah, and then its attack does 220, but it's a colorless Pokemon, so you can use powerful energy to bolster up its damage. You can use double turbo as well to attack faster, and then you can use Auroras to have something like Yveltal Amazing Rare as an extra power up. You can have oh, and Arceus attaches 2 energies actually, so it's 2 energies per ability used by Arceus. That's really good, you know. It's really impressive. My first video about Silver Tempest of Trinity Beast will definitely be Lugia. It will definitely be, the first 2 will 100% be Lugia and Regigigas. 100%. Okay, so I have a knockout now, which is nice. That's all I have though. But hey, I mean, my opponent didn't do anything last turn, so that should be good. And then I keep the Choice Belt, because if I can Ultra Ball, if I get an Ultra Ball off of this, or my top deck, or even the Chromatic, I get the MEW VMAX, I can continue to attack. Upsetting Puma, thanks so much for the follow. I am done with Palkia in terms of like... Okay, so I think in general, I'd really like to avoid playing Battle VIP Pass in any deck that is not MEW. I felt like playing at Salt Lake City. Oh, which someone asked and I forgot to answer. I think I got top 256 at Salt Lake City. I lost by 1 and in. It felt like every game I had Battle VIP Pass, I had a chance. But every game I didn't have Battle VIP Pass, I had no chance of winning with Palkia. And it just felt very underwhelming. And so far I've played Palkia in 3 tournaments. Milwaukee Regionals last season, NAIC last season, and Salt Lake City this season. I have earned a total of 30 championship points total out of 3 tournaments with the deck. That is not good. And it's absolutely not a good haul. Oh, this sucks. Do I retreat? Yikes. So, like, I don't know. I don't like Palkia as a deck anymore. Will I play in any EU regionals? Make love no war turtle. So I don't think I will this season. I will. I'm hoping should be able to play at EUIC. No EU regionals though. Unfortunately for me, it's so expensive to travel to EUIC, which like right now Toronto is just as going to Toronto is just as expensive as going to Europe right now for me. In general, prices are very expensive, but it's just, even if it's as expensive, the time I travel to Europe, which is 10 to 12 hours, it's just not worth it in terms of like I'll be jet lagged, so I'll be tired, so I need to get there with time before, and then traveling 10 to 12 hours to play a weekend and then go back, it doesn't make any sense at all, you know. It's too much investment and hotels and costs. Like the costs just end up being triple what they would be normally for any regional in the US because of so much travel time. So I could maybe justify it, for example, if we had like back-to-back weekends at European regionals, which I could like go to one, stay the week, and then do the next. Yeah, but it's unfortunately too expensive. All right, so I finally got a stadium. Now it's finally time to draw cards, and I could KO the Regidrago. I feel like KOing the Regidrago is the way to go, actually. Mostly because I need to eliminate energy. That's the plan. So I'm gonna go cross switch on this, spook my opponent, but then I'm just gonna KO this Pokemon because then they have to find the other Regidrago and attack me with something that doesn't discard energies, which will probably be the biggest, right? Like, why wouldn't you do that? So I would love to go to EU regionals. It's just not feasible because it involves so much travel time, and I'll be jet lagged, which means I'll also like not be at 100%. So I don't know. You know, it's rough. It's rough. I'll just say that it is rough. Okay. Do I try for the thing, for the tool jammer? No. Jammer for me, okay. Sure. Still a chance of finding a tool jammer, I guess. If I had a sponsor as well that told me, hey, come and play the EU regionals, then I would also consider it, right? But if it has to be from my own money, it's just not worth it, you know. It's too, I can't go to Canada for the weekend. I won't be jet lagged. It's less than half the travel time, but I can't go to Europe just for the weekend. It's too much money, too much time, too tiring. 10-hour flights are like, it's a 10-hour flight, but then you have to be there 3 hours early or 2 hours early at the airport, and then you have to transport yourself to wherever it is, wherever the tournament is, and if you want to get to Europe, you have to fly to either Madrid, Paris, London, or Amsterdam. Those are the 4 cities that have direct flights from Mexico to Europe. None of those cities have regions, right? So then if wherever I get to after those 10 hours, then I have to like go through immigration, and then I have to transport myself somewhere else, which means either another flight or something else, you know? So it's really too much. Yeah, it's too much. So how am I farming the CP for Worlds? Well, I am so far, right now I have 60 championship points. I will be going to 4 regionals within the next 2 months, so that should be able to help. All right, so if I were to somehow get a KO this turn on the Regigigas, it would immediately be game over, right? So since I am planning on using Marnie this turn, can't go ahead and do this. Probably should not discard that Origorio, that was a mistake. Let's just Marnie here. I do need double cross switcher, which is, I think, a big dream, though there is one, I did not get the other. And now with that previous damage being placed, them not having choice spell doesn't matter at all. So now it's just a matter of if or when they get to KO me twice, right? It literally comes down to that. So yeah, I mean, how am I farming the CP for Worlds? I am going to regionals, and hopefully I'll be playing League Cup soon as well. All right. There's the Gigas. So with 1 energy here. Oh, okay, no. So they can't. All they need is a Lecky. And they have the knockout. There it is. Yeah, I was definitely not winning this. I haven't been able to, like, I don't know. I lost to Frank Persic playing MEW. I was playing Regis. I only have 2 Gigas, but the way I'm drawing right now and the way they drew that day. I mean, he 2-0'd me very quickly. I just stood no chance. Yeah. How well did I do at school? I was a pretty good student. I have a chemical engineering degree. So I did okay. I did okay at school. I had a scholarship because of my high grades in school. I did okay. All right, so let's do this, and let's do this, and let's do this, and let's Roxanne, and hope for the best. Best thing would be Lost City here. If I play the Pokestop, I can't play Lost City, and that would also potentially help. So I think I'm just gonna take the KO here. Lost City would have been nice though. Okay. You know what? I'll put the aggregate. And I'll go cross fusion strike. Alright. AO Gigas. So I did pretty okay at school. I was a good student for sure. Good student. So I think after this game, I'll be done with playing MEW. I don't know why just MEW doesn't go along with me. It really doesn't. There's a KO. Pretty simple off the Roxanne, just get the Gigas. That's it. Couldn't make the draw, couldn't lost zone to Regis. Could barely even attack myself, so that's it.